Hey folks, welcome to A Piece of CX. We are taking a look today at what happens when you combine Cognigy with Nice CXone Mpower. Now, unless you've been living under a rock in the world of CCaaS and conversational AI, you might have heard the news recently announced that Nice are acquiring Cognigy, which is really interesting. Two best of breed platforms and solutions coming together. And from being on the 25.3 briefings recently, it's clear there's going to be some interesting stuff coming over the next few months. In fact, in 25.3, Agent Assist for Cognigy was announced. But one of the things that's been on Virtual Agent Hub in controlled release for a little while now is the ability to attach Cognigy. Now, the beauty about being at Holt CX is we're a Cognigy partner, and that means we've got access to a Cognigy platform. And I thought I'd just ask the guys at Cognigy, can we connect it up to a Nice? Is there any problem with that? And they're like, go ahead, have some fun. So young Woody has been going through his various different trainings with Cognigy, and he's been building out various different flows. And one of the flows he has created was in the Showcasing Agentic AI course, was one all around Oriviana, or Orivana even. That's a better way to pronounce that, isn't it? Which is a luxury hotel chain, mythical hotel chain. But what we wanted to do was take that from the Cognigy platform and the flows and bring that into CXone. So can do that via voice. Haven't done that in the first instance, but we play around with chat first. And here what we've done is we've put CXone Guide into a mock-up website. So we'll launch that. We will give it a name. We'll go with Bob Fossil, and we'll begin that conversation. And at this point, what we're doing is connecting across using Virtual Agent Hub into Cognigy. So I'm going to say, I have a question about my bill. That's going to go into the Cognigy engine. And here it says, I need your check-in and check-out date. So I'm going to say June 12th to the 14th. Again, that's going to come back with something. And we've got our bill information. So I'm going to say various different things like, now I actually don't know what Woody's built here. So we're not going to continue this conversation too much further, but you'll see it's answering, it's replying, it's really nicely formatted. What we want to do is see how this is plumbed in on CXone. So let's end that chat for now. And let's see what that looks like in the CXone world. So first we need to be in Virtual Agent Hub, which looks like this. Now, this has grown with every release. In fact, I was a bit shocked with just how many different providers. When Nice says you can bring your own bot, truly mean it here. Now, in the past, you might have needed to do this via custom exchange endpoint, but there is now in controlled release Cognigy bot, and you just give it a name, and then you fill in some details. But for those that are watching in the UK, here's one I made earlier. So here we have integration version, URL. This is within each of your builds within Cognigy, and then verify token again is within Cognigy. The Cognigy team have put together some really excellent descriptions and help guides on how to do all of this. You then configure a few things in here, but you can also test it straight away. So I need a bill. So you can see here how long it's taking to respond, so about 3 seconds. And then I say June 12th to 14th, nothing if not consistent. So what we're doing here is making sure everything is working before we even plumb this into a flow. So we're happy with that. We're good with all of that. Let's have a look at what this looks like in Studio. Now, again, This is where massive kudos to the team at Nice on the help site. They already have samples. In fact, one of the samples was for voice, and it was pretty easy to convert into text. Now, there's other stuff going on in this script, but essentially this is what you have at the top. You go straight into your text box exchange. That just launches the editor. The 25.3 release, all of these are going to be the same size moving forward, but oh, look, it's very similar. All we do is we click a tick here and say we want to use that. Nothing else to do. It's really, really easy. What we're then doing is prompting, asking the caller, and then we're going back to the exchange. This is then continuing the conversation unless it errors or unless you're returning to the control script, which essentially means you're at the end of that script and you're escalating to an agent. So that is the power of Cognigy's conversational AI and agentic AI agents and Nice CXone Mpower, bringing the power of all of those different channels, keeping CXone Mpower as the platform of interaction. If you liked this, want to know more about the various different things going on in the world of CCaaS, then subscribe to the channel, tune into other videos, and hopefully you enjoyed this, A Piece of CX.